feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Yeah, there's no mercy.
Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another late Las Vegas Aces WNBA live play-by-play. Obviously, tonight they are hosting probably one of the worst team at the WNBA. That is the Phoenix Mercury. But before we get into it, if you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button. Also, definitely hit that subscribe button. And that being said, let me just pull up the scoreboard for tonight's action. Obviously, for those who are asking why I can't show the game, because of copyright reasons. So the scoreboard is the best you're going to get for non-copyright wise. So obviously this is obviously the Mercury coming into Las Vegas at 4-14, probably the worst record in the WNBA, taking on the 17-2 Las Vegas Aces. So the Commissioner's Cup's in the Western Conference. Obviously, this is a Commissioner's Cup matchup. The Aces right now are 8-1 in the Cup play. Obviously, they clinched a spot in the championship. We got the Wings at 5-4. Pretty much everybody else in the Western Conference is kind of following suit, shall we say? It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of beef, a lot of fun tonight. What up, Rom? All right. I'm good. I mean, Kelsey Plum this past Sunday against Minnesota dropped 40 points, 14 of 18 from the floor, 6 of 9 from 3, and that's a career high for the Plum Dog. It's gonna be a lot of fun tonight. Well, your typical starting five, you got Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Kia Stokes, Kelsey Plum, Chelsea Gray, which is kind of interesting. Kia Stokes in the starting lineup over CP3. And obviously, we still got this kind of the same starting five for the Phoenix Mercury, both with Taurasi and Griner. So, yeah, and then again, they're not wrong. Obviously, the Mercury in their whites, Aces in the black, and tip ball goes to the Mercury. Now we got Diana Taurasi to lead the point. Picked up by Young, hands off to Griner. Griner picked up by Stokes, and that is good for two from Brittany Griner. Now I got Gray leading the charge. 9:40 here to go in the first. Out to Young. Young fadeaway jumper. Off the rim is good for 2. Now here comes Taurasi. Around screen by Griner. Taurasi from mid-range. Down it goes for Deanna Taurasi. A nice little off-the-ball screen. So now we got Gray. Picked up by DT. Out to Wilson. Now to Young. Jackie Young for 3. A little bit too strong. And now hands it off to Deanna Taurasi. Out to Cunningham. Cunningham. Out to Taurasi. Back out to, looks like, Jefferson. Or that might be Sutton. Out to Griner. No, that's picked up by Asia Wilson. So first over by the Mercury. Here comes Kelsey Plum leading the charge. Plum with the up and under. That is good for 2. Game tied at 4. Now we got Taurasi. Out to Turner to Cunningham. Cunningham out to Griner. Out to Taurasi for 3. A little bit short off the side of the rim. And Jefferson with the rebound. We got Taurasi screened by Griner. And that is picked. Oh, almost picked off, but somehow Jefferson took it right back away from Chelsea Gray. Fadeaway jumper. Down it goes from Mariah Jefferson. So we got 8 minutes remaining here in the first. Quick 6-4. Gray. Fadeaway jumper over. Oh, a little bit short. Offensive board. A good putback by Kelsey Plum. Good for 2. Ties the game up at 6. We got Taurasi out to Cunningham. Back to Taurasi. Taurasi to Jefferson to Griner in the post. Out to Cunningham for 3. That's a little bit short. And rebound will fall to the hands of Asia Wilson. And Gray with the ball in her hands, under 7.5 to play. Out to Jackie Young to Wilson. Wilson fadeaway jumper. That is good for 2 by Asia Wilson. Asia Wilson makes it look so easy with that fadeaway. You got Taurasi. Out to Griner. Back out to Taurasi off the screen. Taurasi from mid-range. A little bit off the mark. Stokes pulls down the board. Here comes Jackie Young leading the charge for the Aces. Out to Plum. Plum has to pull her up. Go around. Picked up by, looks like Turner. A little floater cannot go. And Turner pulls down the rebound. Here comes Jefferson. And picked up to Taurasi. Back out to Griner. Picked up by Wilson. Griner with a nice mid-range. Good for 2. Ties it at 8 under 6.5 to play here in the first. Now I got Gray. Out to Wilson. Wilson drives to the basket. Down it goes for Asia Wilson, having her way to the cup. Now I got Taurasi. Out to Turner. Oh, and that is good. Just barely got over the reach of Asia Wilson. And almost almost an Aces turnover, but still knocked out of bounds by Sophie Cunningham. And now we got Gray out to Wilson. Wilson drives, and that's going to be taken away by Phoenix. Here comes Turner out and up to Gustafson, back out to Cunningham. And we got Petty. And a quick foul against the Aces. That's their first team foul here in the first. And Becky Hammond in her second year, 43-12 overall in her first 2 seasons with the Aces. And a quick number. And Jackie Young commits her first personal. So we got Tarazi now to inbound it for the Phoenix Mercury at 5:37. Let's say out to Petty. Petty around the screen. Petty for three. Down it goes for Shea Petty. I got Gray. With Gray out to Wilson for the free throw line. A little bit too strong off the back rim. And off the offensive board, picked up by Asia Wilson, who drives with the glass. Good for two, and the three-point play. Asia Wilson still doing her thing. And that's going to be the first team foul on the Mercury. And the three-point play is complete. So got Tarazi. And hands it off to Michaela January, out to Gustafson. Back out to Tarazi off the ball screen. Gustafson mid-range, a little bit too strong. Offensive rebound on January. And January will draw the contact. That's good. The third team foul on the Aces. At 4:53 here in the first. And we get a quick time. And that's going to be on Alicia Clark. That's her first coming off the Aces bench. And we'll take a timeout at 4:53. All right. So Aces now down 2 to the Mercury. But shout out to the 8 that's tuning in to watch the stream, though. Appreciate every single one of y'all that's here in the stream. Shout out to everyone that's been in the chat as well, which is greatly appreciative as well. Oh. Alrighty. Alrighty then. Oh boy. Shout out to every single one of y'all. Shout out to the 3 from the All-Star Sports Network as well. If you guys are new, no matter where you're coming from, make sure you check out all of us on social media as well. And also check out, we're also on TikTok as well at Sports Wrestle 97. That link to our TikTok page is linked down below as well. So you guys do not want to check out some of the content we have over there as well. And also, you want to give us a follow over there, and we greatly appreciate it as well. So, like I said, we're all active here on all social media platforms, whether it's YouTube, obviously Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, TikTok. We're also down there as well. So check us out on Twitter and TikTok. Link is down below at the same time. But yeah, so it's quite quick, a little bit scrappy, I would say. So far here in the first, only quick 2-point game, but it's not really too much to my chagrin about it. But I ain't gonna complain about it. But we just got to play smarter. All right, we are back from commercial break in Las Vegas. So you got 2 free throws coming from Michaela January. Apparently she... So 14-13, the Mercury hold an early lead over the Aces under 5 minutes to play. And both free throws are good by January. Now we got Plum out to Gray. Gray out to Young. Back out to Gray. To Wilson in the post. And Wilson will draw the contact. That's going to be the second team foul on Phoenix. And obviously, no, you won't be surprised at any Aces game. You have Mark Davis, the owner, and at the games as well. And also legendary head Coach K is also in the building as well. For those who are any Duke basketball fans out there. Side out to Gray, out to Clark. Now to Wilson. Fadeaway jumper for Wilson. Down it goes. Easy money for Asia Wilson. So we're about 4.5 minutes. At the 4-minute 30-second mark. And I got Petty out to Cunningham in the post. And that is stripped away. That's going to go the other way. And that's it. Stops the clock at 4:21. I'm sorry, they actually reversed the call. It stays with Phoenix with 4:21 with 11 seconds on the shot clock. And side out to January, out to Pet. Wait, no. I can't even tell who that is at the moment. Floater off the glass, can't go. Rebound to Chelsea Gray. Now hands off to Plum, who had a career night. And Plum with the coast to coast. That is good for two by Kelsey Plum. Kind of picking up where she left off from Sunday. And a screen by Griner out to January. Hands off to Cunningham. I think back out to Jefferson. I think out to Petty to Griner. And that's taken away. And nice save by Alicia Clark from going out of bounds. Here comes Chelsea Gray. At 3:36. So shout out to the 14 though. They got Young for three. And Jackie Young will draw the contact. And that's gonna be the third team foul. And that's gonna be 3 free throws for Jackie Young at 3:32 here in the first. And that was on Sutton. That's her first. And now they're going to go for an official review. Yeah, you want to roll your ankle on the landing. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like I think they're going to call that a. So that play is upgraded to a flagrant 1. And Jackie Young to the line. Oh man! And the first attempt's no good. The second free throw is good. 18-15. Aces hold a 3-point lead. Just barely over 3.5 to go here in the first. And oh man. So Miss Boat 2 out makes 1 of 3 from the free throw line, which is kind of unusual. And side out from Wilson. Gets out actually the Plum out to Candace Parker? Kelsey Gray. That was good for 2 by Asia Wilson. Now it's up to 20-15. I got Tarazi. Now screen by Sutton. Out to Jefferson for 3. Down it goes for Mariah Jefferson. Cuts it down to 2. And I've got Jackie Young around the screen by Stokes with the floater. Down it goes for Jackie Young. That is good for 2. Time for me, my dark horse MVP candidate in Jackie Young. Look at Tarazi. Now screened by Sutton. Picked up by Young. Gives out to Jefferson to Griner. And Griner turns it over. Picked up by Plum. And Plum out to Stokes. Out to Young, who splits a couple defenders. With an up and under. Cannot go. And Tarazi comes up with the basketball. Out to Sutton. Sutton out to Griner from the mid-range. Cannot hit. Rebound to Stokes. And here comes Kelsey Plum leading the point. Crossing half court here at the Michelob Ultra Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. So Plum for 3. And that's a little bit off the mark. And Tarazi comes up with the board. Here comes Tarazi leading the charge. Around it, picked up by Clark. Screen by Griner. Mid-range from Tarazi. Cannot go. Jackie Young with the board. And here comes Young. Out to Young, or to Plum. Plum's going to draw the contact. That's going to be the 14th foul on Phoenix. At 146 here tonight. So a couple free throws coming for Kelsey Plum. And the first, down it goes. 23-18. Now we got Kirsten Bell now coming off the Las Vegas bench. And free throw attempt number 2 for Plum. And that's easy money, 24-18. And Tarazi will take his seat on the bench. So we got Jefferson out to Sutton. Hands it out to Onuwari, out to Jefferson. Griner in the paint. Griner will draw the contact. That's going to be the 4th on Las Vegas. At 131. Inside out to Tarazi. Out to Turner. The Griner in the paint. And, took good shot. Good for 2 by Brittany Griner. So 24-20. Still in favor of the Aces. About under a minute 20 to go here in the first. So overall, the Aces outscoring the Mercury 18-8 in the points of the paint. Screened by Stokes. Here comes Plum off the glass. Good for 2 by Kelsey Plum. So about under. And that's gonna be the 15th foul on the Aces. At 102 here. And the first free throw is good by Tarazi. So 26-21. And the second free throw is good. Both free throws good by Tarazi. And we got Gray around the screen by by Wilson. Gray from mid-range. A little off the back iron. Cannot go. Rebound to Sophie Cunningham. Cunningham Out to Luke's to January. Out to Turner to Griner. And she steps out of bounds. So that's going to go the other way. Now we got Gray. Gray around the screen. Tarazi Gray off the glass. Harry Sharp. Nope. Cannot go. Rebound to Brianna Turner. Comes up with the board. So now I got Tarazi with about 20 seconds remaining here in the first. Tarazi for three. A little bit short. Rebound to Wilson. And here comes Gray with about 6 seconds. Bell for three. A little bit off the back rim. Cannot hit. And Turner with the rebound. And the first quarter comes to a close. And the Aces hold a 4-point lead going into the second. Alrighty. Shout out to every single one of y'all that's been in here, though. Shout out to every single one of y'all. So shout out to Boohoo. Obviously going for the Phoenix Mercury. Who, let's be honest, has been, like I said, it's going to be a bit of a rough of a season. So going forward for the Mercury. All righty. All right. So now we're going into the second quarter. Good shit. So overall, this year's All-Stars for the Aces, you have Wilson, no surprise. It's pretty much the same four with Wilson, Gray, Jackie Young, and Kelsey Plum. No surprise there. And now Gray will kick it off. Kick the second quarter off with the ball in her hands. The Aces up 4, picked up by Tarazi. Gray out to Clark. Now to Wilson. Wilson taking on Turner. Turnaround jumper. A little bit off the mark. Picked up by Tarazi. It's about 9:37 to go here in the second. Aces hold 4. Now to Turner. To Tarazi. Picked up by Clark. Now to Griner in the post. Griner with the double team. And tough shot. Can't go. Rebound to Aisha Wilson. Hands it off to Chelsea Gray. 9:20 to go here in the second. You got Gray around the screen by Wilson. Gray to the cup. And we'll draw the contact. That's going to be the first on the Mercury here in the second quarter at 9:15 remaining here in the second. Interesting. And the first free throw is good by Chelsea Gray. And both free throws are good. So now we got Petty out to Griner. Griner and Taurasi will draw the contact. That's going to be going against, looks like might have been going against Alicia Clark. And side out to Griner. Hands it off to Petty. Petty picked up by Bell. Screened by Griner. Petty out to Turner, right back to Petty. Petty for the mid-range. Cannot hit. And that's going to be out of bounds, staying with Phoenix. At 8:52 remaining. And we got Kayla George coming onto the floor for Las Vegas. And an inbound to Griner. Picked up by George. Out to Turner. To Cunningham. Now to Griner with the triple team. And she just throws it away. Out of bounds. Going the other way to Las Vegas. At 8:41. Sorry, at 8:40 here in the second. Gray leading the charge. Out to George. Now to Stokes. Hands off to Gray. Gray around a screen by Stokes. Almost kind of drawing a double team. Fadeaway jumper. Down it goes for Chelsea Gray. It's like Taurasi can't get that to go. And Clark comes up with a rebound. Here comes Chelsea Gray leading the charge. Chelsea Gray thought about a three. She steps inside. Out to Jackie Young. Back out to Gray. Gray thought about a three. She steps inside with the pump fake from Turner. And down it goes. Nice up and under for Chelsea Gray to extend the lead to 10 for the Las Vegas Aces. And it looks like we get a timeout on the floor at 7:49 here in the second. Ugh. Alrighty. So 7:49, 32-22. So now you got Petty. Screened by BG. And it's out to Taurasi. To Griner in the post, and Griner will draw the contact. That's going to be foul number 2, or team foul number 2 on the Aces. And looks like going against Kia Stokes. That's 7:37 here in the second. And side out to Griner. Out to Tarazi. Tarazi to the basket. Cannot go, and she will draw the contact. That's going to be the 13th foul. So 2 free throws coming for Diana Taurasi at 7:30 to go here in the second. Looks like that's going to get Jackie Young. And the first, it is good. And both free throws are good by Diana Taurasi. Here comes Plum. And that is taken away by Shea Petty. It's going to be a one-on-one with the Euro step. Can't get that to fall for Shea Petty, but however, she will draw the contact. That move is going against Kelsey Plum at 7:21. I don't know. So 2 free throws coming for Petty. And the first is no good. And this for second free throw attempt. 1 and 2 from the line for Shea Petty. Then I got Gray leading the charge, taking the point. Pick up by Taurasi. Screen by Wilson. Hands it off to Wilson. Now to Plum. Plum steps inside with the floater. Too short. Petty with the rebound. Here comes Shea Petty leading the charge. Out to Griner. Now to Cunningham. Cunningham from the free throw line. That is good for 2 by Sophie Cunningham. They got Gray out to Young. And Young's going to the free throw line for the 3-point play. Jackie Young, 7 points with only 1 rebound, but she'll get her rebounds when she needs to. And top pesky defense. So we got a 7-point lead. Taurasi out to Cunningham, picked up by Gray. Cunningham has to pull it back out. Hands it all to Taurasi. With a screen by Griner. Taurasi in the corner. Fadeaway 3. That's short. And that's going to be a shot clock violation. Honestly, that is actually good. And that is good for 2 by Jackie Young. I got Petty slowly taking it up the court for the Mercury. Hands it off to Turner. Turner out to Griner. Back out to Petty. Petty for 3. That's short. Rebound to Wilson. Here comes Jackie Young. Will have to put the brakes on. Hands it off to Plum. Plum taking on Petty. On the baseline. Out to George for 3. Down it goes for Kayla George. So 39-29. The Aces hold their lead. Out to Turner. Back to Petty. Back to Brianna Turner, who drives to the basket. Out to Griner. Griner drawing a double team. Out to Petty for 3. That can't go. Rebound to that's Kayla George pointing on the rebound. With Jackie Young. Out to Kayla George. to Wilson. Wilson gets blocked, and that's going to be out of out of bounds. Sticks with Las Vegas. What the fuck, man? Well, we get a timeout break here at 4:55 here in the second. All right, and then go to a bunch of commercials. It's kind of boring. What's going on, Daniel? What is going on? Boop, boop, boom. Ain't that the truth, ladies and gentlemen? Of course, my boy Mitch still hating on Orange Cassidy for no friggin' reason. That's whatever, I guess you could say. Well, regardless, we are coming back from commercial break in Las Vegas, and you gotta love to see it as well. Obviously, we're under 5 minutes till the half. And side out to Wilson, out to Young. Young out to Plum. Plum will draw the contact and stop the clock at 4:47. That's going to be the second team foul on the Mercury. And obviously a good 2-point out of Chelsea Gray at 4:45 and kind of really caught. Damn. Well, that is good for the 3-point play at 4:45 here in the second. And pretty much the Aces right now hold a commanding lead, 42-29, under 4:38 to go. We get Sutton out to Cunningham. Hands it off to Petty. Or so that's Jefferson. Back out to Cunningham. Almost threw it away. Tough defense by George. Double team on Cunningham. And that's going to be a traveling violation on Sophie Cunningham. Sophie Cunningham turns it over again for the Mercury. And Wilson in the post. Fadeaway jumper a little bit short. Gustafson with a board. Here comes Sutton leading the charge. Sutton out to Gustafson. Hands it back up to Sutton. Sutton to the basket. And off the one leg, rattles in and out. And rebound pulled down by Chelsea Gray. And Gray from mid-range. Down it goes for Chelsea Gray. 44-29. Gustafson out to Cunningham and turns it over. At 3:31. Chelsea Gray, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists. All right, so now we got Jackie Young. And almost put Sutton, and she's going to the line for the 3-point play after putting Mariah Jefferson on ice skates. Oy vey. And the 3-point play is good. So we got Jefferson. Now to Rossi. The Ace is going with the zone. They got Jefferson picked up by Young. Fadeaway jumper, a little bit short. And Wilson can't fight for the rebound. Out to Jefferson. Now to Onyeawere. Fadeaway jumper of her own. Down it goes for Michaela Onyeawere. She's been very impressive for the Mercury, who's been, well, lackluster to say the least. Got Gray, or sorry, that's Plum out to Young to Wilson underneath the basket. That is good for 2 by Asia Wilson. And I got Turner. Onyeawere for 3. A little bit short. Rebound to Jackie Young. Young leading the charge. I want to put on the brakes out to Wilson, to Gray. Gray out to Wilson. And it's kind of knocked out of bounds. And that's going to be a TV timeout. 2:01 to go. And the Aces are up 20 over the Mercury. And, yeah, that just says a lot. Being said, I mean, let's be real. You know, I would originally not want to do this game because I knew this was going to be a blowout, but, I would say to hell with it. So I decided to do it anyways. So it's just be a lot of fun. So you guys won't be having the not seeing anything for a while. Not on this channel anyways. So but I might call a mercy rule probably before the start of the 4th if it gets too out of hand. But yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Do 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 do. Boom, boom, boom. Ah, boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I saw that. And the dude was, to be quite honest, the dude was complete fucking ass. For the Clemson Tigers, and the fact that he got outperformed by a redshirt freshman. Like, how that's bad for a dude that was a backup to Trevor Lawrence and also a backup to Deshaun Watson when he was there. So yeah, it's been terrible for the first 3 years for DJ. But regardless, hey, look, if he was stupid, like, as well, it's whatever. I never knew DJ even played baseball, so. Obviously, showing a quick video clip from the Aces social media of Kelsey Plum getting the game ball and also getting sprayed with water bottles, which is kind of like an annual, I would say, like an Aces tradition kind of thing. After they actually put up a really played a nice game against the Minnesota Lynx, so. And Jose Clark out with the scoop, can't go, and Brianna Turner pulls down the rebound. Under 2 minutes to play here in the first half. And we got Sutton, screened by Turner. Out on the way with the spin around jumper. Down it goes. That's good for two. 30, 41, 49, 31. About a minute 40. Plum out to Young. Young with the floater. And can't. And that shot can't go. And Jackie Young comes up with the rebound. And Wilson, oh, that is good for two. So we're about to reach the 1 minute mark here in the first half. And 1 minute. That shot can't go. And rebound by Chelsea Gray. Out to Wilson, who had the back out to Gray. And that's a quick turnover by the Aces. Very careless by Chelsea Gray. Might have taken a three there. Taurasi for three. Down it goes for Deanna Taurasi. We got Jackie Young. Out to Wilson. And we get a quick foul. And that's going against Phoenix. So 25.4 to go here in the second quarter. So 2 free throws coming for Asia Wilson. And the first? This is the first one. So already 15 points, 4 rebounds for Asia Wilson tonight for the Aces. Make that 16 points, 52-34 at 25.4. And Taurasi. Now it's like kind of almost like try to run the clock out a little bit. 17 seconds. Out to Jefferson for three. Cannot hit. And rebound pulled down by Kelsey Plum. Plum with a deep three. Cannot go. And we're going into halftime. And the Aces hold let's be real, a nasty lead over the Phoenix Mercury, 52-34. Y'all know how it is. I'll be back for a quick commercial break snack, and we'll be back to talk some more. Be right back, guys. Alrighty then, we are back. Oh boy. I think overall, like I said, the Aces, they just know how to just steamroll through a lot of teams. Kind of what I mentioned before earlier is like, yeah, I was kind of second guessing myself, like, do I even want to do this game? But overall, you had Jackie Young with 15 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. Asia Wilson, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist. With Kelsey Plum, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. So yeah, 3 out of the 5 already in double digit scoring for the Aces tonight, which that's not bad, but they actually know how to know how to pass the basketball. All right, so looks like we're getting ready to start the third quarter. Overall, in the first half, 34 points for the Mercury, 35 and a half, 35.3% from the floor, 3 of 11 from 3, 18 rebounds, 96 turnovers, 52 points for the Aces, 55.3% from the floor, 1 of 5 from 3, 18 rebounds as well, 13 assists, and 2 turnovers. And that's the kind of the biggest key difference is turnovers. All right, so you got the Mercury to kick off the Aces actually will kick off the third quarter with Jackie Young with the ball in her hands. Out to Kayla or Stokes, out to Gray. Gray out to Plum. Plum for 3. That's a little bit short. Be a loose ball foul going against the Mercury early. Plum to the taking on Mariah Jefferson with a fadeaway. Can not get that to go. And Phoenix comes up with the basketball with Durana Taurasi taking the charge. Taurasi out to Jefferson, out to Gray, the Griner off misses everything. And rebound to Asia Wilson. Now Jackie Young. Hands it off to Chelsea Gray. Gray off the glass. Good for 2. That is good for 2. The 54-34. Now to Griner in the post from Taurasi. A double team. And that can not get that to fall. Asia Wilson picks up another rebound. Now we got Plum. Kind of directing traffic. Taking on Taurasi. A couple defenders in the paint. Out to Young. Out to Wilson. Back out to Plum. Kia Stokes for 3. Down it goes for Kia Stokes. Typically not her most for a game, but she will knock it like a 3 or 2. Like 1, 3 or 2 here and there. But she's pretty much what she's been known to use for is pretty much for rebounding and post defense. And that 3 is no good by Taurasi. Wilson comes up with another rebound. So we got Plum. That's Gray. Or Jackie Young around a couple defenders. Out to Stokes. Out to Gray. Gray around the screen by Stokes. So we get another team foul on the Mercury. And they got Ja Wall in the attendance. So obviously, yeah, Key. Hey, I don't quit easy. Plum to Gray. Gray taken on by Cunningham. Cunningham get a little pesky. And that's going to be another foul. That's going to go against. That's on Cunningham. I don't quit easy in the. So Chelsea Gray, 10 points, 3 rebounds tonight, with a couple of free throws to increase up as well. The first, and gets the friendly roll. That is 11 points for Chelsea Gray. And 1 or 2 from Chelsea Gray, which is kind of unlike her. So now we got Jefferson taking the charge. Hands it all to Taurasi. Back out to Jefferson. Jefferson from the paint. Down it goes for Mariah Jefferson. We need 1,200 over here. But yeah, 2K we definitely need to aim for. And nice pump fake out to Wilson in the post. And fadeaway jumper. Gets that to fall. I don't know how she got that to fall, but hey, wasn't easy, but somehow she made it look easy. Taurasi, yeah, that was just well, boy, that was way too easy. That was way too easy for Deanna Taurasi. No, nice cut for Kelsey Plum for 2. Nice look for Chelsea Gray. 62-38 here in the third. 6:40 to go. And now we got Brandon Turner. Hands up to Cunningham. Cunningham out to Turner. Turner off to Jefferson. Out to Griner in the post. Looks like Stokes might have gotten a hand on it. Griner with a fadeaway jumper. Gets that to fall. That's good for 2 by the Phoenix Mercury and Brittany Griner. So we got Gray. Down to 6:10 to go. Here in the third. Young, she pulls her from D3. Down it goes for Jackie Young. Jackie Young for 3. Under 6 minutes to play. Out to Jefferson to run a screen. Jefferson and turns it over. That's going the other way. Back to Las Vegas. Yeah, I saw that, Katie. What the hell is going on with your Sparks all of a sudden? Like, I will never understand it. Your Sparks has been, I would say atrocious, but I expected more from the Sparks. We got Plum out to Gray. Nice thread to Neal to Jackie Young. Good for 2 by Jackie Young. Chelsea Gray has her 7th assist of the ball game. Wouldn't be surprised if she would get close to a double-double. So we got Young picking up Mariah Jefferson. Or is that Shea Petty? Out to Jefferson. Jefferson to the basket. Floater off the back iron. Cannot get that to fall. Plum comes up with a rebound. Oh, nice save by Jackie Young for going out of bounds. Chelsea Gray challenges with a 3. Down it goes. And looks like we might get it. And we get a timeout by Phoenix. 5:02 here in the third. The Aces, well, let's just be real. They're just steamrolling the app. Man, that. And that was see, and that's the thing me and Tyler talked about yesterday. Or what's today? Today's Wednesday. No, today's Tuesday. We talked about that on Sundays. It's always that last minute and a half to 30 seconds. It's like it's the crucial for the Sparks. Jeez. Because you don't have Katie Lou Samuelson, who's out on maternity leave. You also don't have who else has been out? Jeez. Y'all can't even catch a break. That's rough. But regardless, though, the Aces, like I said, they are steamrolling the Phoenix Mercury, and we're more than almost halfway through. We're almost at the halfway point of the third. We still got another 10 minutes to go. Oh man, Yeah, if you're a Mercury fan, God bless you. Oh man. Yeah. Kind of stinks. That's rough though, but hey, what are you gonna do about it? But like I said, to the Mercury fans out there, yeah, Key. If you look at my scoreboard, it does not fucking lie. Hey, look, I know Dante does the mercy rule thing. For me, I'm a little. For me, I don't quit. I don't see that's gonna never my thing. I would never like leave. Well, I've done that a couple of times, not through the WNBA, but I've done some through some MLB games when it got really out of hand. So yeah, that's the only exception to that. Speaking of which, I gotta start doing more not WNBA, but definitely some NBA streams. Cannot wait to do some Flyers games because at least it's gonna be a fun rebuild. I will say it as a casual Flyers fan. So at least Key doesn't have to go to games just for Grady because the team was fucking atrocious last year. And let's be real, thank God for Danny Briere for salary dumping for most of this all season. And actually a really nice draft as well with Oliver Bonk in their second first rounder. And getting fucking Mitchkov too was at 7 was like, how did that even fucking happen? But hey, at least Danny Briere knows and Keith Jones know what they're doing. So it's great to see that. Even though, and it's funny too, for those who kind of want to get to know me a little bit more after. So now they're showing a camera angle to Charlie Turner Thorne, who's on the coaching staff for the Mercury. And well, let's just be real, it's not looking good even though we still have another quarter to play, which is yeesh. All right. We got Taurasi out of the timeout break. We're at the halfway point here of the third. Turner from the mid-range cannot go. An offensive board can't put the putback, and that's going to be no good. And Grider's going to go into the line for 2. At 4:52, try at least to, well, let's be real, try to chop into this this 30-point lead of the Ace. Hey, I wish. Hey, give me fucking Howie Roseman. And the first by Griner is good. It's now down to a 29-point lead. And 1-2, but offensive rebound taken away by the Aces. We got Plum out to Clark to Gray. Gray thought about a 3 out to Daisha Wilson. Wilson testing Brittany Griner, and that is good for 2. Up to 31 for the Las Vegas Aces. I mean, okay, I can see you doing that. I can see you doing that. Going to knocking on Howie's office. Well, then again, Jefferson for 3. Yeah, that is good. Bro, that's by Shea Petty for 3. That's actually been okay. And we get a foul against. Obviously, you got Becky showing out a photo of Becky Hammond during her playing days, and one of the other assistants for the Mercury. God, Gray for 3. That is money for Chelsea Gray. Well, back up to 31 we go. At 3:50, we got Anulari out to Turner, out to Taurasi. Taurasi out to Petty. Petty around a screen, couple screens actually. Hands it out to Griner from deep 2. Down it goes for Brittany Griner. 75-46. But now we got Plum. Kind of challenging Petty. Cannot get that to fall. Another rebound for Brittany Griner. You got Taurasi. Taurasi for three. That completely airballs it and it knocked out of bounds. Go the other way back to Las Vegas at 3:07 here in the third. So Chelsea Gray, part of 50.7% from the floor, 44.3% from three, 97.1, basically 97% three thrower. Will become the second player in WNBA history in the 50-40-90 club. The only first person to do that was Elena Deladon. Even though it's kind of unfortunate that she's kind of having a hard time staying healthy for a. Well, that free throw is good. Looks like a technical free throw apparently. So 3:07, it's back up to 30 for the Aces. So you got a technical. Yeah. Young for three. Down it goes. And that's no good. And an offensive rebound taken by Kelsey Plum. Chelsea Gray pulls up for a three. Down it goes. Yeah, Key. Might be the only times I might have cut this halfway through. If that's the case. But 2:20 to go, 82-46. Good grief. Petty out to Cunningham. Cunningham out to Onulari for a three. Down it goes from Michaela Onulari. And we get a timeout by Las Vegas. Yeah, well, I mean, they live up to their name, basically. So 2:03, let me do the math here, because I suck at math. Dude, I think they're going to break over 100 by this all said and done, the way this is going. And they still got another whole quarter play to go. Ace is still up 33. Oof. So around the WNBA, all the Las Vegas Suns turns orange for the All-Star Week. The Mercury hired the Warriors executive Nick Urin as the general manager and all that good stuff. So and that's going to be out of bounds, go the other way. The minute 50 to go here in the third. So now we got Petty out to Cunningham. Cunningham with the floater. Cannot get that to go. An offensive board and put back. Good for two by Brittany Griner. Jackie Young for three. That's a little bit short. And BG pulls down the rebound for the Mercury. They got Shea Petty pulling up. Drops it to the basket and will draw the contact, go to the line for the three-point play. With a minute 12 remaining here in the third. And the three-point play by Petty, it is good. 82-54 for the Aces. So we got Plum. Screen by Clark. Another screen by Stokes. Plum to the basket. And would have to kind of play some little bit of gains. Yeah, that's pretty much Arco. That's pretty much what my aces are all about. I mean, shit, we're 17-2 so far through 19 games of the year. So 2 free throws coming for Kelsey Plum, who has 12 points and 4 rebounds tonight. And the first is good. 83-54. And both free throws are good by Kelsey Plum. So under a minute to play, yeah. It's a 30-point lead for Petty. Takes it to the basket. But he cannot get that to fall, and Stokes pulls down the rebound. Here comes Plum, up 30. Taking on Shea Petty. And out. And that's turnover by the Aces, which hardly ever. Out to Cunningham in the corner for 3. That's short. And that's going to be the second team foul, and that's going to be against. It's probably going to go against Kia Stokes with 21 seconds here for another 3-point play. I would say with that, they're pretty much the Aces without KD. That's all I'm saying. Man, that's crazy that finally the National League actually wins an All-Star game finally after, jeez, what feels. And the 3-point play is complete. God bless you, Key. Woo! Under 20 seconds to go. And of course, my score. And looks like Gray, 8 seconds on the clock screen by Stokes. Gray, fadeaway jumper. Cannot get that to fall. And the third quarter comes to a close. We're down to the final 10 minutes here in Las Vegas. Yeah, you ain't. Well, we'll see. Well, Key, if we're gonna kill you, that's gonna make it 13 straight against 13 straight dubs against you. Good lordy. Damn. Yeah, RC. Well, RC, it's just nothing but an ass whooping. That's basically what we're doing. Yeah, Key. Trust me. We still have the longest active winning streak against a single team. And that gets to you. And that's saying something. That's saying something. That being said, I mean, shit. We're down to the final 10. And all that good stuff. So I may or may not do that game because I might consider doing AW Dynamite if that's the case. Well, we'll see how that. Well, then again, I won't be home till after 3. So hopefully it's not a day game for between the Aces and the Sparks. So it's going to be interesting to see. Yeah, righty. Yeah, speaking of which, too, with the NFL season coming along the way, I'm going to start making a series of videos from week 1 to the end of the season for like all top 10 power rankings. Going like see after let's see the teams your teams looking after week 1 that will going into week 2 and so on and so forth, that kind of thing, and make a series of videos out of that. It's gonna be a lot of fun because I mean, appreciate it for those who actually really show some really good support from that video that I dropped 6 days ago now, give or take, for the early NFL power rankings. That the fact that haven't gotten a video in a long time with over 200 plus views, or I'll just say 100 plus. I'm going to be completely honest, so I appreciate that. That being said, we're going to the final 10 minutes for the upcoming national TV games. Wednesday at 10 o'clock is Aces and the Sparks. And then Saturday, you have the WNBA All-Star game at 8:30 on ABC. And then Sunday, Connecticut at Phoenix, 10 o'clock on CBS Sports. All right, we got Petty to come out of the commercial break. And a quick foul. Looks like it's going to go against Alicia Clark. I think that's going to be her second. No, I still got another final 10 minutes. Well, technically 9:52 and counting here in the fourth. So you got Jefferson out to Petty. Petty thought about a pump fake. Drives to the basket. High arcing shot off the glass. Cannot go. Rebound pulled down by Clark. And this is pretty much where you see the reserves for the Aces really come into play. With Kirsten Bell on the floor, along with Kayla George, the only one starter that's still on the floor is Chelsea Gray and Kia. Actually, two of them, Kia Stokes. Speaking of Kia Stokes, she gets a bucket for two on a nice assist by Chelsea Gray. That's her eighth. I think her eighth of the game. They got Jefferson out to Onyewari. Onyewari taking on George. Hands up to Cunningham. Out to Gustafson. Back up. Yeah, this Saturday. It's at this Saturday night. That's going to be out of bounds. So we're going to stick with the... So we got under 9 minutes to play here in the fourth. That's going to stay out of bounds. Sticking with the Mercury at 8:57 here in the fourth, actually. And side out to Jefferson. Jefferson takes it up, pulls off her mid-range, cannot get that the friendly bounce. Kayla George pulls up with the rebound. Actually takes it herself across the court, and would have to hand it off to Chelsea Gray, who's been solid tonight. Out to Kirsten Bell, good ball move to Kayla George for three. That's kind of rolling off. I mean, shit, they're gonna be 4-15 by this all said and done. And that shot cannot go. Another rebound for Kayla George. Here comes Chelsea Gray, leading the charge for the Aces. Chelsea Gray thought about a three, has it up to Kia Stokes, who gets blocked up top. However, she gets fouled. Looks like he might get fouled from behind at 8:17. That's going to be the first on the Mercury. Then again, you also have the Seattle Storm, who are also god awful as well. So that's saying something right then and there. So 2 free throws coming for Kia Stokes. And the first, down it goes. Back up to 30. And for both free throws are good for Kia Stokes. Now we got Jefferson taking the point, directing traffic. And Jefferson out to Onyewari, taking on Kayla George. Hands up to Gustafson, back up to Jefferson. Now looking to Sutton, who's on the floor. Back up to Jefferson. Jefferson just managed to grace the side of the rim to avoid a shot clock violation. But still, nonetheless, 88-57 for the Aces. And Gray for three, a little bit too short, or a little bit too strong off the back iron. Rebound to Sutton. Sutton around a screen. I had to pull it back out a little bit. Testing Kayla George. Out to Gustafson. And we get a 3-second violation against the Mercury. We got Gray posting up. Out to Clark. And that's going to be a good for 2 by Alicia Clark, and it stops the clock. And we get a timeout. $90-57. Well, we'll have to wait and see. Well, we have to wait and see though, because there are times because you had to. Well, because I think that in terms of the WNBA, in order to get to the league, you had to spend 4 years at whatever school you're at. Because Aaliyah Boston had to spend 4 years outside of Carolina before she became draft eligible. But we'll see. We'll see though. So around the league, you had the Mystics pull it out a 7-point victory. I'm sorry, 13 winning 93-86 over the Storm. However, with Jewel Lloyd put up 39 points against the Mystics, but still, it's like I said, each and every Sunday, me and Tyler Sunday at 5:00 Eastern night, we'll be going all things WNBA related. So you don't want to miss that every Sunday for Balling with the Ladies. So we got Sutton taking on Bell out to Onweri. That is good for 2. So we got under 7 minutes to go here in the. And Bell cannot get them to go. And that's going to be the third personal, team second for Kirsten Bell. We got Jefferson out to Onweri. Onweri on the outside, drives inside, and the up and under, that is good for 2 by Michaela Onweri. And Plum posting up Jefferson. Hands it out to Clark. Clark, the handoff to Chelsea Gray. Gray out to Clark. Back out to George for 3. In and out. And rebound to Sutton. It's a possibility of me. I think I talked about it on the show Sunday that I think this team, the lowest I could see, and that's good for 2. Like the floor I could see with this team is 32 and 8, and the ceiling is like 36 or actually 36 and 4. But my middle, and I also had the middle ground at 35 and 5, so which is a possibility. So we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's a possibility we might finish with less than 5 losses. But then again, anything's possible at the moment. So, but that being said, we're more than halfway. We're about under 6 minutes to play here in the fourth, and the Aces, well, they're just going to go into the All-Star week, going 18-2 so far through the first 20 games of this WNBA season. And we have 4 games. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We have 5 games slated for Wednesday coming out of the All-Star break. You got the Liberty and the Fever. The Fever, well, I'm saying not going to be less to be desired, but would be nice to actually get more of Aaliyah Boston into action. And that's at noon. Also at 12 o'clock Eastern time, you have the Connecticut Sun coming into Chicago at 14-5, taking on the 8-11 Chicago Sky. Obviously, the biggest key piece, minus the biggest loss that they have suffered right now, was losing their head coach / general manager James Wade to the Toronto Raptors. So that's going to be interesting to see what the Sky's going to be looking going forward. 1 o'clock Eastern time, we have the 10-9 Dallas Wings taking on the 9-10 Minnesota Lynx. 7 o'clock, you have the 4-15 Seattle Storm taking on the 10-8 Atlanta Dream, and then 10 o'clock as well. You have pretty much it's going to be another blowout for the Aces. You have pretty much the Aces coming in at the time, pretty much 18-2, taking on the 7-12 out the Los Angeles Sparks, who, well, I actually had different expectations. And it's a possibility, but then again, it's an interesting thought, though, RC. It's an interesting thought process behind that. So we got to George. Out to Plum for 3. In and out for Kelsey Plum. And rebound pulled down by Shea Petty to Onulary to Sutton. Sutton with a screen by Gustafson to Onulary. Michaela Onulary taking on and cannot get that to fall. And rebound taken away by Plum. And Plum out to Bell for 3. Down it goes for Kirsten Bell. And Bell brings it back up to 30 for the Las Vegas Aces. We've just barely reached the 5-minute mark here in the fourth. We got Sutton around the screen. Hands it all out to 25 to Onaway for 3. That's too strong. And rebound pulled down by Chelsea Gray. Under 5 minutes to go here. Gray posting up. Kicks it out to Plum. Plum pulls up for 3. That's a little bit off the mark. And Gustafson pulls down the rebound. We got Sutton taking on Gray. And that is no good. And Gray pulls down another rebound. Gray. Out to Plum. Plum for 3. Down it goes for Kelsey Plum. That is now up to 30. Well, funny enough, like she came out of her shoe. That's what happened. And that 3 is good by Stephanie Gustafson. Or my Megan Gustafson, my apologies. But yeah, like she literally did a split out of her shoe. I was like, damn, how that's not even important. Well, we got Plum. Plum, man, puts on the fancy footwork to Bell. Bell with a floater. Can't get that to go, and Gustafson pulls down the board. And here comes Sutton leading the charge for the Mercury, down 30. And pulls up from mid-range, and down it goes by Shug Sutton. So you got 20 up down to 28. And let me guys think of the time clock. There we go. At 3 minutes 19 seconds here in the the fourth. And the Aces, well, let's just be real, they're kind of just running away with this. And tomorrow they got the LA. And obviously the rest of the 2 starters, Chelsea Gray and Kelsey Plum, will sit on the bench. And here come for the rest of the bench, we got Sydney Colson up on the floor to join along with Jackie Young, who's been that can't hit, and an offensive rebound chased down by Jackie Young. So we shot. Okay, so it looks like shot clock violation on Las Vegas. And obviously they got Darren Waller now. They got Sutton out to Onulary. Turnaround jumper. Gets that to fall. That is good for 2. Now it's down to now leads down to 26 for the Aces. The largest lead they had was 33. They have matched that a couple times tonight. We got Kirsten Bell taking out a couple defenders. Fadeaway jumper, a little bit too strong. Pulled down by Anya Larry. Hands it off to Sutton. 2.5 to go here in the fourth. And on the baseline, fadeaway jumper for Sutton, a little bit too strong. And Anya Ware, or Sissoko cannot get that to go on the putback. Now I got Colson out to Bell. Bell thought about a three. Hands it off to George. George to Young. Young to Clark. Clark out to Jackie Young. To Kirsten Bell for three. That's no good. And tip back cannot go for Kayla George. So we got under 2 minutes to go here in the fourth. Yes, Sutton. And we get a blocking foul on Alicia Clark. And Clark's a little bit slow to get up. Looks like she might have taken a bit of a tough shot in the midsection. Yeah, that's a good point as well. But regardless, we're going to a commercial break. The Aces up 26 here tonight. So shout out to the 23 that's been here with me as well. Do. Shout out to the 25 though, man. But if you guys are new, make sure you hit that like button. Also hit that subscribe button. Also check out our main channel, the Sports and Wrestling Connection, as well. Obviously a quick rebrand from the Philly Sports Talk podcast that we've been known for the last year and a half or so. Or actually last 2 years. Just slightly over 2 years. So obviously me and my business partner Tyler and my good personal best friend for over almost 15 years decided it was time for a new fresh coat of paint on this bad boy. But the content still stays the same and all that good stuff as well. So regardless, I mean, like I said, even with blowouts like these, like shout out my boy Coach Dante who does these as well. But every time when he does them, like he just calls it a mercy rule because let's be honest, it's just been kind of ugly, for lack of a better term. And it's just been terrible to say the least. That being said, we are 2 away from the 1,200 mark, and right now on our journey to the road to 2K at the moment. So it's gonna be a lot of fun to do so. And obviously, like I said before, throughout this in the show as well, every Sunday evening at 5:00 Eastern time, you'll see me and Tyler again for another episode of Balling with the Ladies. That's all things WNBA news, rumors, all that related. We'll go over some power rankings and stuff like that. All the whole shebang. It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So you guys don't want to miss that as well every Sunday. But yeah, and all that good stuff. So and obviously an all-time WNBA great, Nikki McRae. Rest in peace to her. I see Nikki McRae Penson, who passed away earlier 4 days ago on July 7th, 2023. Obviously, it was kind of just shocking to hear. But the first free throw is good for Phoenix. 96-71. With a minute 44 to go here in the fourth. And both free throws are good. 96-72. Then we got that's Colson. Out to Young. Back to Colson. Colson trying to put on the fancy footwork. Out to Clark in the post. Now to some good ball movement out to Jackie Young. Thought about a three. Sydney Colson thought about a three of her own, pulls up from mid-range, cannot get that to go, and looks like she might have drawn the contact. And that's going to be the third team foul on the Mercury. And we got a quick coach's challenge by Nikki Blue. Alrighty. So now I kind of try to review it to upgrade, try to check it to upgrade it to a figure one on the landing. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah, so the reckless closeout. So they did upgrade to a flagrant one. So Sydney Colson to the line for the free throw. I think a couple of free throws actually. And that free throw is good. So 97-72 for the Aces. And that is good for two as well. So we got a minute 21 and close to the 100-point mark for the Aces. We got Sydney Colson drives out to Clark for three. That's in and out. Rebound to Gustafson. Now hands it off to Sutton with a minute 10 to go here in the fourth. Out to Gustafson. Picked up by George. Hands it out back to Sutton. And that's a taken away from the Kirsten Bell. We'll have to put the brakes on. Out to Jackie Young. Back out to George. George for three. A little bit too strong off the back rim. We're down to 40 seconds here. Here in the third, or here in the fourth. Soon down to be down to 30 seconds. Sutton out to Onuary. Onuary splits a couple defenders, and that's going to be no good. And that's going to be out of bounds, going the other way to the Aces. Pretty much RC. And that will do it. The Aces pull out another blowout against the Phoenix Mercury, 98-72. And quite frankly, ladies and gentlemen, well, kind of stinks as a Mercury and all that good stuff. So that being said, yeah, it's kind of fun watching some this kind of blowouts. So that being said, obviously we have the I think our next. Hey man, look, like I said, I'll do much as I can for the WNBA, especially this year. I mean, thinking out for League Pass and stuff like that. That being said, I may, like I said, I may or may not be doing the Aces and the Sparks, but I may be doing it. That remains to be seen. But that being said, appreciate anyone who and all that stuff. But that being said, I'm going to get head up out of here. So shout out to everyone that's been in the chat. If you guys do, make sure you hit the like button on Mulch. So check out the main channel as well, which is posted in the link in the chat. That being said, have a good night, guys.